you're south.
Yeah. And so the other part of this is that we're not, the map here is not based on any sort of gerrymandering for protecting incumbents or any of that stuff. And again, creating districts like this, adding more districts, makes it far less likely that people are gonna be able to gerrymander the county government, the precincts into, you know, incumbent protection precincts. So that is the idea behind it. And of course, we should openly support any candidate that supports lowering the pay, to keep the payroll the same, right? So in Campbell County, how much did the commissioner?
40,000 and 300 a month.
Okay, 40, well, we'll just call it 40,000, so it's 120,000 a year, right? So if we have 5 instead, we'd cut that, and that would come out to 24,000 a year.
Well, when we tried to push that back in 2010, we was trying to say Manchester would make only 10,000, and that would be 60,000 instead of 120,000. But they
Right.
tried to make it look like it's gonna cost more.
I know. Well, and I think the way to keep that talking point simple is to say, we want the payroll to be the same. We're not looking to spend more on people, we're not looking to spend less. We're looking to spend the same amount, just spread out amongst more people, right? More elected officials. And it's all about the representation. I do think that having, if Northern Kentucky, if there was a simultaneous effort in Campbell, Kenton, and Boone, with the simplified marketing, the same message being given in all 3 counties at the same time, I think it would actually generate a better buzz. Last time, we got very little buzz, and the robocall at the end was like the first time a lot of people had heard about it. And, you know, not being able to respond to this information, I still believe is what sunk us. So I think that if all 3 counties wanted to do it, I think it would be a stronger effort for all 3 counties if they all worked together.
Yeah, Jim Bunning was rowboating against it back then.
Yeah.
2010.
We don't have to worry about that anymore.
I know.
He's not here anymore. So, the talking points, again, a county race should never be bigger than a state race. I will keep going back to that. How ridiculous is it that it is easier and cheaper to run for state house than to run for county government? Another big one is that more options are being considered because we're bringing more voices, more disparate voices representing different pieces of the county to the fiscal court, and thus more concerns are being addressed. It means better solutions for all county residents. So I'm sure you've seen an incident in your county where, you know, the commission is pushing forward something that, it's like, well, wait a second, the guys in Walton are getting screwed, you know? And all they have to do is like change something real simple that doesn't actually change the overall plan, and it would fix the Walton problem in this hypothetical situation. But nobody, that never gets represented. There's nobody representing Walton on the fiscal court. So Walton gets screwed. And that's, you know, that's what this helps solve, is that there would actually be somebody responsible for bringing the concerns of Walton to the fiscal court. And most importantly, it puts the county government back in the hands of the people. Again, making it so you can reach that office, that the everyman can actually run for that office and win just by doing the work of knocking on doors, shaking hands, looking people in the eye, and telling them what you're about. So the way to switch, you put it on the ballot. It takes, by law, 1,200 signatures, or 10% of the vote for president, whichever is less. In this case, it would be 1,200 signatures in each county. I had actually planned a few more slides, but I got busy with work. So, any questions? Because I have a real job. Yes?
You think this would be good? I mean, when do you have to have the signatures if you want to get on the ballot for next November?
There is a deadline. I don't remember when it is. I do know that the petition itself, you have 90 days from the time you start to the time you turn in. So you have 90 days to get 1,200 signatures. How quick did we do that last time, Lloyd? We did a lot faster than 90.
Yeah, sure did.
So it's not hard to get it on the ballot. People, when you explain to them that A, it's trying to give more people a voice in the county, and B, all it does is put it on the ballot, you'll get to hear more about it, in theory, unless media ignores you. You know, it's really easy to get it on. That's not the hard part. The hard part is convincing
The
people.
establishment went against it big time.
Oh, yes, the establishment hates this idea, which, you know, maybe it's great at some point. I'm just just saying. Yeah, so they definitely like having their little, the way things are, they've got their little perfectly crafted fiscal courts with the people they want. They spend big money to make sure, I'm sure you all are aware of who is funding those campaigns in each of your respective counties. And they're very happy to put, $100,000 behind some dude that they want countywide that puts it out of the reach of the regular person. Regular people don't have $100K laying around.
You still have a judge executive?
You would still have a judge executive who would be elected by the entire county, and they would, so in a magistrate form, the magistrates represent the interest of each district, the judge exec represents the interest of the entire county, creating a divided government, which is good. Yes?
If we do this, and you had 8 districts, you can get away from that clique and have each area campaign for a certain guy for judge executive.
Sure, absolutely. You could. Alternately, I mean, because we're still gonna have a primary, right?
Right.
So whatever parties are running, they still have their primary, they're still gonna have their candidate in the general election. What we're doing is we're spreading out the voices and making it so that instead of 2 or 3 people kind of controlling the entire county and what's going on, you've got many more.
Hey, yes,
I just had more of a comment, coming from Pendleton County. I feel like I had more of a voice in my government there and moving to Walton, to Boone County this past year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure Charlie Walton cares.
No, Kenner.
Well,
And-
Kenner, I'm sure he
yeah.
cares too.
Yeah, and I don't have any voice or representation in my local, in my county government.
What part of Pendleton did you live in?
I lived off of 159. I had we still have farm there.
So you're northeast Pendleton as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in some states, I noticed back when we were doing it in 2010, certain counties have had 8. I noticed that there were 2 Democrats on the fiscal court, there was 2 independents.
Yeah.
And there was 2 Republicans, and it was a.
Well, and the reason for that, though, Lloyd, is because a regular person can run for office as whatever, because you're going out and you're shaking people's hands, and you're looking them in the eye and saying, yeah, this policy was a horrible idea, I want to reverse that. I think this would be a great idea for the county, I think it would be good for our area. You get more of that individual interaction that it breaks through the, are you a Democrat or Republican stuff, and gets into, are you a decent person that lives in my area, knows what I need, and will voice my concerns on the fiscal court.
As DeMossville said that nobody ever heard of it.
Right.
Down in DeMossville.